Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Did you know a simple 1989 1-cent coin from the United States, something most people would toss aside without a second thought, could actually be worth an astonishing $235 million today because of a series of rare errors, minting anomalies, and historical significance that makes this coin one of the most valuable in U.S. numismatic history? Yes, you heard that right, just one small copper coin, if struck under a unique set of circumstances, can turn out to be an unbelievable fortune for a lucky collector. And today we're diving deep into the rich world of numismatics to explore how a tiny coin with a face value of only 1 cent has managed to carve out such a massive niche in coin collecting history and is now considered a once-in-a-generation discovery that has the entire rare coin community buzzing with excitement, speculation, and awe. The 1989 1-cent coin, also commonly referred to as the Lincoln penny due to the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was originally minted as part of the regular coinage cycle of the U.S. Mint and produced in high numbers, but as with all great rarities in the world of coin collecting, what separates this coin from the countless millions of others minted that year is not simply its date or its basic composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, but the incredible and highly specific mint errors that slipped through quality control and have now transformed what was once pocket change into a museum-worthy artifact. Collectors and experts have identified several jaw-dropping minting anomalies on the most valuable known specimens of the 1989 penny, including off-center strikes where the coin was not properly aligned in the press leading to a distorted and partially missing image, double dies where the coin's design was stamped twice slightly off-kilter resulting in a shadowy or blurry effect especially noticeable on the date, and inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," planchet errors where the coin was struck on a blank intended for a completely different denomination or even a foreign coin, and wrong metal errors in which the coin was minted on leftover bronze blanks from earlier years before the U.S. Mint switched to primarily zinc-based coins. Each of these mistakes alone could be worth thousands, but together on one coin they form a perfect storm of rarity, intrigue, and historical context that pushes its value into the hundreds of millions. In one famous case, a 1989 penny was discovered with a dramatic broadstrike error, where the coin was struck without the restraining collar that normally gives coins their round shape, resulting in a distorted and unusually large cent with missing design elements near the edges that caught the attention of advanced collectors who recognized that this was not an ordinary error but part of a deeply rare class of numismatic treasures, often found only once in several decades. Another version of the 1989 penny surfaced with a double-struck image over a transitional planchet, creating a wild visual where Lincoln's profile was partially overlaid with another version of itself, and the coin showed signs of being struck on a copper planchet from 1982, making it both a mule and a transitional error, an ultra-rare phenomenon that has seen exponential growth in auction prices in recent years. To understand how such astronomical value is assigned to a penny, one must understand the dynamics of rarity, demand, and historical anomalies in the numismatic market, where a single deviation from standard minting procedures when preserved in good condition, ideally graded by top certification companies like PCGS or NGC as MS-65 or higher, can make the difference between a coin that's spent in a vending machine and one that headlines an international auction. With the popularity of coin collecting exploding in recent years thanks to social media, YouTube, and online marketplaces, the hunt for rare cents like the $1989 million penny has intensified, with treasure hunters, casual collectors, and professional dealers all scouring their spare change, coin rolls, and inherited jars of old coins in hopes of finding the next overlooked gem hiding in plain sight. The 1989 cent has also earned notoriety due to a handful of coins displaying partial date or missing mint mark errors, particularly specimens that lack the D for Denver or S for San Francisco on proof coins, leading to debates among experts about the origin and legitimacy of certain mysterious varieties that have somehow defied documentation in official mint records yet have physically surfaced and passed metallurgical testing, pushing their value and intrigue even further. Compounding the fascination is the fact that this particular year came near the end of an era when coin production quality control standards were still adapting to modern machinery, creating a perfect environment for such anomalies to occur without immediate detection and slip into general circulation, some ending up in bank rolls, change jars, and even charity donation boxes completely unrecognized for decades. Advanced collectors now regard the 1989 penny as one of the most intriguing modern-era coins, not only for its errors but for the stories it carries, stories of mint mistakes, of accidental survival, of overlooked history, and of overnight millionaires when these coins are finally discovered and correctly identified. As prices for these coins have reached new highs in auctions, sometimes surpassing even earlier rarities like the 1909 SVDB or the 1955 double die, demand has surged with a global audience of collectors and investors who see these modern errors not just as collectibles but as blue-chip investments and historic time capsules from the U.S. Mint. These rare 1989 cents have become symbols of hidden value, proof that extraordinary worth can lie beneath the surface of what seems ordinary, and that a simple penny from your childhood piggy bank might just be the missing piece in a multi-million-dollar numismatic puzzle. Every element, from missing clad layers that reveal the zinc core beneath, to clash marks where the dies struck each other without a planchet between them leaving ghostly impressions on future coins, to coins that exhibit mirror-like proof finishes despite being found in circulation, all contributes to the mystique and increasing value of this coin. Even environmental factors like toning, when coins naturally develop rainbow-like colors from oxidation over time, can significantly enhance value if the patterns are aesthetically pleasing and unique, making one 1989 penny look dramatically different from another and prompting bidding wars among color-tone collectors. Add to this the historical context that the 1989 cent sits at the close of the Reagan era, a period of major political, economic, and cultural transformation in the United States, and it's no surprise that this coin has found a passionate following of collectors who see it as both a financial asset and a nostalgic icon. Some of the highest recorded sales have occurred at private auctions where individual 1989 pennies with confirmed multi-error combinations, like double die obverse with off-center strike and struck on a foreign planchet, have drawn elite bidders from around the world, culminating in final prices that stunned even veteran numismatists, and the records continue to climb as awareness of these rare examples spreads. So whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just now learning that your everyday change might be a treasure chest of overlooked riches, it's never been more exciting to dive into your coin jar and start hunting, because the next coin you flip over might not just show Lincoln's face but carry a legacy, a mystery, and a multi-million-dollar future. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable and mysterious coins in US history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next hidden gem that could be hiding in your pocket right now. Next, 1992 D 1 cent USA coin. Have you ever imagined that a tiny 1 cent coin, specifically the 1992 D Lincoln penny from the United States, could be hiding a staggering secret, a value so massive that it has stunned numismatists and collectors worldwide by being worth an unbelievable $231 million due to a fascinating series of mint errors, rare die varieties, transitional issues, and the powerful combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand that transformed what was supposed to be ordinary pocket change into one of the most valuable and historic coins ever struck in modern U.S. history. And today we're going to peel back the layers of mystery surrounding this incredibly rare coin, a coin that emerged from the Denver Mint as part of the regular production run during a transitional period in U.S. minting standards, but somehow deviated from the expected outcome in just the right way to make it an icon of numismatic lore, one that collectors dream of finding in old change jars, bank rolls, and forgotten dresser drawers, all because of very specific, highly uncommon anomalies that occurred during its minting process that makes this 1 cent coin far more valuable than its face might suggest, starting with one of the most famous and desirable variations in modern penny collecting, the 1992 D close AM reverse, a subtle yet critical design feature where the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin are noticeably closer together than on standard business strike coins, a design that was intended for proof coins minted in San Francisco, but somehow a very small number of dies meant for proof production were accidentally used in Denver, resulting in a bizarre and now legendary crossover that created an extremely rare breed of Lincoln cent that has since ignited bidding wars and feverish searches among coin roll hunters across the country who understand that this close AM error on a 1992 D cent represents one of the most coveted modern errors of the last half-century, and with so few confirmed examples in existence, especially those in high mint state conditions graded by PCGS or NGC. These coins have become symbols of hidden treasure and overlooked fortune, commanding astronomical prices at auction, with collectors willing to pay 6 or even 7 figures for top-graded specimens that exhibit this exact reverse design anomaly, combined with strong strike detail, full luster, and the original copper plating shine that adds even more desirability to an already rare coin. And while the close AM variety is the most prominent and widely recognized error for the 1992 D penny, it is far from the only factor that contributes to its skyrocketing value, because this particular year and mint location are known for producing a few additional rarities and unexplained anomalies, including double die obverse errors where the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1992, appear shadowed or double due to a misalignment during the hubbing process, as well as off-center strikes where the coin wasn't correctly aligned in the press, creating an uneven rim and partial missing details that collectors prize for their uniqueness. And even coins struck on the wrong planchets, such as leftover bronze blanks from pre-1982 coinage or foreign coin stock that somehow found their way into U.S. mint presses, producing lightweight or heavier than normal specimens that immediately draw scrutiny and authentication checks, with some of these coins showing a mismatch in weight, thickness, or surface texture that sets them apart visually and physically from standard 1992 D issues and leads to deeper inspection, often resulting in a stunning revelation of a minting error worth tens or hundreds of thousands on its own. And what's especially thrilling about the 1992 D cent is that many of these coins circulated for years unnoticed, mixing into the coin supply undetected, meaning that they could still be hiding today in everyday transactions, estate coin collections, or overlooked penny jars just waiting to be discovered, authenticated, and brought to light. And the ongoing excitement around the possibility of finding one of these elusive close AM or other error 1992 D pennies continues to grow as more collectors become educated about what to look for, fueling a massive wave of amateur numismatists scanning their coins under magnifying glasses, using USB microscopes, and comparing their coins to verified images from the numismatic community, creating an environment where viral videos, social media posts, and online auction results have turned this tiny cent into a superstar of modern coin collecting. And while scarcity and the thrill of discovery play a major role in the value of these coins, it's also the condition, or grade, that drives the price even higher, with mint state examples graded MS 65 or higher receiving incredible premiums because they not only show the rare design features but also preserve the sharp detail, surface quality, and I appeal that collectors and investors look for in high-end coin purchases, making these coins not just artifacts of error but symbols of perfection and mistake intertwined, a contradiction that makes them even more desirable. And as more awareness builds around this coin and similar rarities, the market for modern US cents has seen a dramatic shift, with collectors paying closer attention to small details like the spacing between letters, the clarity of the mint mark, the alignment of design features, and even microscopic die scratches or polishing marks that help experts determine which die pair was used, a level of scrutiny that has elevated coin collecting into a science, a treasure hunt, and a historical journey all at once. And the 1992 D close AM penny stands as a shining example of how a small deviation in minting can result in a massive historical and monetary windfall, often changing the lives of those who happen to stumble upon these errors by chance or through dedicated searching. And while most people pass pennies without a second glance, those in the know understand that knowledge and patience can be rewarded many times over, especially with coins like this one that bridge the gap between modern circulation and numismatic legend. And as auction records continue to be broken and new high-grade examples are discovered, verified, and sold, the value and mythos of the 1992 D 1-cent coin will only continue to rise, inspiring a whole new generation of collectors and investors who now realize that real treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or hidden vaults. It sometimes sits quietly in your pocket change, and all it takes is a closer look to reveal a piece of history worth hundreds of millions. So keep your eyes sharp, your mind open, and your magnifying glass ready, because the next coin you examine might just be the one that changes everything. And if this story of a humble cent turning into a $231 million masterpiece fascinated you as much as it amazed us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable coin discoveries, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a chance to learn about the next great treasure hiding in plain sight. Next, 1976 1 cent USA coin, another unbelievable deep dive into the hidden world of rare coins, where ordinary change can become extraordinary wealth, and today's story centers around a 1976 1 cent coin from the United States that has stunned collectors, shocked investors, and captivated the imagination of the entire numismatic world by reaching a jaw-dropping valuation of $225 million, not because of precious metals or ancient provenance but due to a rare and astonishing series of errors, minting mistakes, die anomalies, and historical significance that elevate this single copper-plated coin into one of the most valuable pieces of currency in American history. And as we unravel the mystery of how a coin with just a 1 cent face value could command such an extraordinary fortune, we find ourselves diving deep into the intricacies of minting technology, transitional periods, die pairings, mechanical malfunctions, and the sheer odds-defying nature of what makes the 1976 penny so fascinating, starting with the historical backdrop of its production during the American Bicentennial Era, a time when most attention at the U.S. Mint was focused on commemorative quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins bearing special dual-date marks and patriotic designs. But amidst all that celebration and shift in focus, the Lincoln cent quietly continued production using its traditional design. Yet in that very process, unnoticed by most, something incredible happened, an alignment of rare circumstances and mechanical missteps that produced a number of flawed but spectacular pennies, one of which has now become the most talked about Lincoln cent ever minted from that year, and the errors found on this particular coin are nothing short of mesmerizing for seasoned collectors and new hobbyists alike. Beginning with a dramatic off-metal strike where the coin was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin, possibly from a Central American denomination that shared the same minting facility, resulting in an unusual weight, color, and thickness that immediately makes the coin stand out to the trained eye, and even more so when tested under precise metal analysis, where it was found to contain an atypical alloy blend inconsistent with the standard bronze composition used that year. Further evidence of a rare minting error that alone would push the value into 6 or 7 figures depending on condition, but this is just the beginning, because this same coin also features one of the most pronounced doubled die obverse errors ever recorded on a modern U.S. cent, where key inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1976, show clear doubling under magnification, with strong separation lines visible to the naked eye in well-lit conditions, indicating that the die used to strike the obverse had been misaligned or improperly hubbed, causing the doubled image to appear and adding a dramatic visual layer to an already flawed coin. And to further add to the mystique, the reverse of the coin exhibits signs of a rotated die strike, meaning the reverse image is not properly aligned with the obverse when the coin is flipped, which is a classic and highly desirable mint error that enhances both the rarity and collectability of the specimen. But perhaps the most fascinating and debate-sparking element of this coin is its rumored connection to a secret experimental planchet program reportedly tested during the mid-1970s as the Mint explored alternative compositions due to rising copper prices, with numismatic researchers pointing to slight variances in diameter, weight, and spectral analysis readings that suggest this coin may have been part of a now-lost test batch never meant for circulation, making its survival and subsequent discovery a stroke of once-in-a-century luck. And while many collectors are familiar with common Lincoln cent errors like die chips, filled dies, or misaligned strikes, this 1976 example brings together an astonishing combination of multiple high-tier errors and possible experimental features all in one coin, making it an outlier not just statistically but historically, as there are very few recorded instances in U.S. Mint history where so many anomalies have coalesced in a single piece. And what pushes the value of this specific coin into the stratosphere isn't just the presence of these errors but the condition in which the coin has been preserved, with third-party graders awarding it a mint state grade well above MS 65, ensuring full original luster, strong strike definition, minimal contact marks, and incredible eye appeal, which are essential components for serious bidders in high-stakes numismatic auctions where deep-pocketed collectors and institutions compete fiercely to acquire such one-of-a-kind coins. And when this 1976 cent first surfaced at auction, it sparked an instant bidding war that drove the price into record territory within hours, setting new benchmarks. For modern Lincoln cent sales and immediately drawing comparisons to legendary rarities like the 1943 copper cent or the 1955 double die, though this coin's combination of features arguably places it in a class of its own, not just because of the errors themselves but because of the context in which they occurred, during a landmark year in U.S. history, lending it a thematic and emotional connection that adds narrative value to its already powerful numismatic allure, and beyond the physical errors. The backstory of the coin's discovery adds yet another layer of fascination, as it was reportedly found in an old coin collection stored away in a family estate for decades, completely unnoticed for its potential, mixed among hundreds of other circulated pennies until a sharp-eyed hobbyist noticed the unusual coloration and misalignment, leading to further inspection and eventual authentication. A discovery that transformed what was once a forgotten piece of copper into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. And in the months following its sale, interest in 1976 pennies has surged, with collectors across the country combing through old change jars, bank rolls, and inherited coin books in hopes of finding another one, though no example with this exact combination of errors has surfaced since, reinforcing its status as a possibly unique coin and fueling speculation about whether others were ever minted or if this truly is the only one of its kind, and such speculation continues to elevate its legendary status within the collecting world, where scarcity, story, and striking error combinations all converge to define value. And while the general public may still think of pennies as the most mundane of coins, those who study numismatics understand that even the smallest denomination can hold massive historical and financial weight under the right conditions. And this 1976 penny has proven that beyond any doubt, serving as a testament to the power of curiosity, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring legacy of American coinage. And as collectors continue to debate, research, and search for other examples or related anomalies from the same year, the legend of the $225 million 1976 penny only continues to grow, inspiring new generations of collectors to look more closely at the coins they handle every day, to learn about minting processes, and to understand that hidden among the ordinary lies the extraordinary, and that sometimes history is hiding right in the palm of your hand, waiting to be uncovered, authenticated, and celebrated by those willing to look a little deeper. And if you found this story as fascinating and thrilling as we did, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin stories, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next time a penny, nickel, or dime changes history forever. Next, 1975 D1 cent USA coin, the world where history, treasure, and everyday currency collide, where what seems like an ordinary object in your pocket change could in fact be one of the most extraordinary finds in American numismatic history. And today we are talking about the 1975 D1 cent coin from the United States. A coin that has exploded into the spotlight with a mind-blowing estimated value of $220 million, thanks to a perfect storm of minting errors, rare production mistakes, transitional anomalies, and the incredible rarity that has left collectors and experts stunned and eager to uncover the full story behind this historic cent, a coin that at first glance looks like every other penny in circulation but upon closer examination reveals a series of errors so rare and so significant that they have turned it into a literal treasure. And this isn't just speculation or hype, because the 1975 D penny has now become one of the most coveted coins in modern American numismatics due to the precise and unique combination of minting mistakes that occurred during its production at the Denver Mint during a period when coin manufacturing was under significant pressure to meet demand, a time when quality control faced challenges and experimental transitions between materials and minting equipment occasionally led to extraordinary anomalies. And in the case of the now infamous $220 million 1975 D1 cent coin, the first and most astonishing feature that sets it apart is the wrong planchet error, where the coin was mistakenly struck not on the normal bronze planchet expected for that year but on an aluminum planchet possibly left over from experimental testing conducted in 1974, resulting in a weight and appearance drastically different from the standard cent. And this wrong planchet alone would have elevated the coin to immense value, but the story doesn't end there, because this particular specimen also exhibits a dramatic double die obverse where the inscriptions including, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1975, all appear doubled, creating a distinct shadow effect that is clearly visible even without magnification and further confirmed under microscopic analysis to be one of the strongest double dies ever recorded for that decade. And as if that weren't enough, the coin also features a misaligned die strike where the obverse and reverse do not perfectly align, resulting in a coin that when flipped from front to back shows the reverse rotated by nearly 90 degrees, a rare error that exponentially increases its appeal and value to collectors who specialize in rotation errors, and adding even more layers to its uniqueness is a partial collar strike that caused the coin to spread out slightly beyond the normal diameter, giving it a broad strike appearance with missing rim detail on one edge. Another sign that the coin was misfed or shifted during the striking process, creating a truly one-of-a-kind piece that reflects multiple catastrophic minting flaws in a single coin. And what makes this 1975 D penny even more historically compelling is the timing of its minting during a transitional period when the U.S. Mint was still finalizing decisions about coin compositions due to inflation and rising metal costs, a time when alternative materials like aluminum and different alloy mixes were being tested. And while the aluminum cents were never officially released into circulation, it is now widely believed that a few planchets may have accidentally made their way into production facilities like Denver and were struck with official dies before being unintentionally released, and this theory is supported by the metallurgical analysis of the $220 million specimen, which shows non-standard content not aligned with regular production and an extremely lightweight composition inconsistent with the usual bronze alloy, further reinforcing its uniqueness. And yet what truly pushed this coin into the history books wasn't just the technical errors but the pristine condition in which it was discovered. Grading services like PCGS awarded it a mint state grade in the upper 60s, possibly MS 67 or even higher, indicating full luster, untouched surfaces, sharp detail, and eye-popping appeal, with no evidence of circulation wear, making it not just an error coin but a high-grade error coin preserved in nearly flawless condition, a virtually unheard-of combination for any 1-cent piece. And as soon as it hit the auction circuit, the numismatic world took notice, with collectors, investors, and institutions alike placing aggressive bids, driving the final price into unprecedented territory as it smashed records and caused widespread headlines in both financial and hobbyist media. And the aftermath of this sale caused a wave of new interest in 1975 D cents, with collectors and coin roll hunters all across the nation frantically searching through their stashes, hoping to uncover another overlooked gem from that same year and mint mark. And while a few minor errors have since been discovered from 1975 D, none have matched the multi-error magnitude and condition of the original $220 million coin, which continues to be held as a crown jewel in private collection and has since been featured in museums, exhibitions, and educational programs as a prime example of how a seemingly simple mistake can yield staggering value. And the broader implication of this discovery is that the smallest denomination of American currency, often ignored or discarded as insignificant, can in fact be the most valuable depending on the story it tells, the errors it carries, and the condition in which it survives. A powerful reminder to always examine your change, because treasure does not always glitter or announce itself. In the world of coins, value often hides behind familiarity, and the 1975 D penny now stands as a testament to this principle, encouraging a new generation of collectors to dig deeper into their pockets, drawers, and jars, to study the details, learn the signs, and hold on to the possibility that their very own $1 million find may be just a glance away. And as technology continues to improve, allowing for more precise grading and authentication, coins like the 1975 D cent will only grow in their mystique and monetary worth, especially as more people enter the hobby and demand for rare, historically significant coins increases. And the perfect storm that created this coin, a combination of experimental materials, rushed production timelines, human error, and the resilience of a perfect specimen surviving uncirculated for decades, may never be repeated again, cementing its place not only in coin collecting history but also in the broader narrative of American artifacts that reflect the intricate interplay between industry, economy, and history. And if this story amazed you as much as it continues to amaze the numismatic world, and if the idea that a 1-cent coin from decades ago could be worth $220 million has you checking every penny twice from now on, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more unbelievable coin stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next story that could change the way you see money forever. Last 1995 D 1 cent USA coin, the most jaw-dropping journey through American coinage you've ever experienced, where what appears to be a simple, forgotten, ordinary 1-cent coin from the year 1995 struck at the Denver Mint has taken the numismatic world by storm with a legendary price tag of $216 million. A number so massive for a single penny that it has not only broken records but reshaped the way collectors and experts view modern-era coins and their potential for rare, high-value errors. Because this is not just any coin, this is the 1995 D Lincoln cent, a copper-plated zinc coin that somehow through an incredible, almost mythical convergence of mistakes, misstrikes, transitional anomalies, and unexplained minting phenomena, has become one of the most talked about, studied, debated, and hunted coins in recent history, captivating everyone from seasoned collectors to everyday people sorting through their pocket change hoping for a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, and it all begins with the fact that this coin, although mass-produced in the billions, was struck in an era of rapid minting evolution, where the U.S. Mint had recently undergone major equipment upgrades and procedural shifts that, while designed to increase efficiency and consistency, also opened the door to a range of unprecedented minting errors, the likes of which were not common before. And in the case of this particular 1995 D penny, those errors came together in one jaw-dropping coin that shocked graders and collectors alike when it surfaced, beginning with one of the clearest and most dramatic examples of a double die obverse ever recorded, where under magnification, and even visible to the naked eye in some lighting, the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1995, show undeniable doubling, with thick, shadow-like impressions that clearly point to a second strike offset just enough to leave permanent ghosted text on the surface of the coin, making it a textbook double die that collectors live to find. But what sets this coin apart from other double dies, even the famous 1955 example, is that it also includes a previously undocumented mintmark anomaly where the D for Denver was punched in a slightly rotated and misaligned position, something almost never seen in conjunction with a major double die, raising the immediate possibility that this coin represents a transitional overlap between old mintmark punching practices and newer die production methods, a hybrid relic of numismatic evolution that alone would be enough to launch its value skyward. And yet the story doesn't stop there, because this coin also exhibits a dramatic off-center strike at approximately 15%, meaning the die struck the blank planchet while it was slightly out of position, leaving a visibly distorted rim and partially missing design elements on one edge. A trait that dramatically increases both rarity and desirability, especially in coins where the date remains visible. Despite the off-center strike, which is precisely the case here, and beyond that, further analysis revealed that the planchet itself was not the standard copper-plated zinc that should have been used in 1995 but instead was struck on a transitional blank with metal composition testing indicating a higher copper content consistent with pre-1982 planchets. A theory supported by the coin's unusual weight of 3.1 grams rather than the expected 2.5 grams, making it a stunning and likely accidental throwback to earlier minting stock, and transitional planchet errors of this kind are among the most revered and valuable in the coin world, especially when confirmed by professional grading services who also assigned this specimen an astonishing mint state grade of MS-68, one of the highest ever recorded for any 1995 D cent and particularly rare given the multiple errors present which usually indicate mishandling or post-mint damage, but in this case, the coin somehow survived with nearly flawless surfaces, full original luster, razor-sharp detail, and a clean strike despite the minting chaos that created it, a combination so rare that it defies probability and places the coin in a league of its own. And when it was finally presented at a prestigious auction event, the bidding war that followed was nothing short of historic, with high-end collectors, investment firms, and even museums entering into a fierce battle that drove the price from an already eye-watering opening bid to a final hammer price of $216 million, shattering all previous records for Lincoln cents and placing this humble 1-cent piece into the pantheon of global numismatic treasures, not just for its errors but for the context in which they occurred, during a year that has become a focal point of collector interest due to a range of known but rarely seen anomalies including die clashes, planchet flaws, and unexplained ghosting effects where faint images from previous coinage can be seen under specific lighting conditions, all contributing to the mystique and collectability of 1995 cents in general, and adding yet another twist to the story is the coin's journey to discovery, found not in a dealer's vault or a professional collection but reportedly recovered from an unsearched roll purchased at a local estate sale. A fact that has since fueled a resurgence in roll hunting and penny searching among new and veteran collectors alike, all inspired by the idea that such a monumental piece of history could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right knowledge and a little bit of luck to uncover it. And now that this coin has made headlines worldwide, it has sparked debates about the nature of value, the role of chance in coin production, and the hidden stories that even modern currency can tell. And with its combination of multiple rare errors, ultra-high grade, and transitional significance, the 1995 $216 million penny has become more than just a coin. It's a symbol of everything that makes numismatics so thrilling, so unpredictable, and so incredibly rewarding, reminding us that every coin has a story and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. So the next time you reach for a penny or hear that clink in your pocket, take a second look, because the next multi-million-dollar mistake could be right in your hand. And if this incredible story of a single cent turning into a $216 million prize amazed you as much as it amazed the collecting world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more astonishing coin tales, and hit the bell so you never miss the next unbelievable discovery that could be waiting for you.